Greetings, everyone. Welcome to our session today. I have a guest, and my guest needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce her anyway. She's a certified life and leadership coach, a motivational speaker, and an agricultural consultant. She is a candidate for master's degree in sustainable agriculture. She holds a diploma in biblical studies and in ministry and certificates in political economy and social democracy as well as civic leadership. Her name is Xatyiswa Maqashalala. So Xatyiswa is a Mandela Washington Fellow and serves as a board member of the Friedrich Ebert Autumn School Alumni Network. She travels the world connecting corporate leadership coaching, organizational resilience, and performance recovery. Xatyiswa occasionally provides lectures to universities in South Africa as well as the United States, and she works to empower women and young people through advocacy, agricultural projects, and mentorship programs. So Xatyiswa, thank you very much. Welcome to this space. I feel honored to be joined by you. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
I hope that we will have just a discussion. You taking me through and everyone else in your journey, and just an informal discussion, anything that will come up, we'll just discuss it. So yeah, welcome to our space. So 2 years ago, we saw you in PNCA. You had an interview there, and that was during the awareness week, and you talked about the disability, how you didn't see it as a disability, but for you it was more of an ability. And how this physical disability called scoliosis, you will correct me if I don't say it correctly, how it made you rise above and push forward. So please tell us about that. How was your life growing up? How did this ability make you push forward? How is everything growing up?
Hi, Loxy. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for inviting me. It's an honor to talk to you today. Funny enough, I'm from Xatyiswa, so my mom asked me, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I said, "I have a meeting with Uloxy," and she's like, "Loxy from Titingo Park." And it's like, "Oh, wow!" So thank you so much for having me. I love it. So growing up, I grew up with scoliosis. You said it correctly. And I mean, it's such a big name that I had to learn quite early in my life. So, you know, when I was a kid, I didn't know that I was different. I didn't know that there was anything, you know, different with me or anything like that. I just knew that I went to doctors occasionally, went to hospitals occasionally, but I didn't know that I was different from other kids until, you know, in the playground, kids start pointing it out and you wonder, you know, why are they laughing? Why are they teasing? And then it starts showing, you know, you start seeing that, okay, no, I am different. And older people would say to my aunt or to my mom, "Oh, you have a special child." And so I actually thought that they meant special as in important, you know, and all of that. And they meant peculiar. But since I thought it was special, I grew up with that mentality of I am actually special. And so by the time I found out that it meant peculiar or different, it was already too late. It was registered in my mind that I am special. And so I think with all of the teasing that I got, or all of the sidelining, it didn't really get to me that much, because I already had it in my mind that I was special. And also my family loves me, and my family has always loved me. And if there's one thing that they've always told me, is how much they love me. So there was a truth that I held for a very long time, that I still hold actually, that I am loved. So anything else didn't really move me that much, because there was a constant truth that I am loved. And when you know that you are loved, automatically you know that you are at peace with yourself and you are okay with yourself.
Thank you very much, Sis Ixi. You talked about something that I think a lot of people with special needs would long for. That it starts within the family. It starts, and not only special needs. I think just with any child, if you give your kids or your child that love, enough love, you give them the special attention, and whatever they hear outside, it won't matter. It won't register that there's something different about them. Even if
Exactly.
something different, even if there's nothing that is different, even when they face challenges outside, they won't really have issues with that. So now we have a responsibility now as families to give each other peace first, to love each other, so that we can be content with ourselves, because we know I am loved. And I think with you, the love from your family, you will correct me if I'm wrong, started even when you are born, being called
Definitely.
Xatyiswa. And so,
Never really thought about it that way, but yes.
that's what's coming to my mind right now, is when you talk about
Yeah.
your family gave you growing up. And now I'm thinking about your name. Actually, your name is Xatyiswa. So they loved this person even when she was born, even when they didn't know anything. Love
Exactly.
happened because we are given names when we are babies, but those names
Yes.
they define us. Even though sometimes
Yes,
it's
exactly.
difficult to explain your name, but I think yours is just straightforward. So yeah, thank you very much.
Yes,
So,
definitely.
and now you grew up having people who would mock at you, but going back to your family, everything is fine. You are at peace. There's nothing going on. I've seen you. I first met you at varsity, and you were one active person, and you are still are today. Um, Politics, you were there. Debate, you were there. And also, we did agriculture together. Encounter with you was in soil sciences. That's when I got to know this lady is interesting, because I didn't know. I'd see you from far, and when we did soil sciences together, I also found out that she was also in the same political organization, and we we shared similar visions, especially when it comes to helping students out, making sure that we leave our homes early, um, before the school reopens, to make sure that learners who are coming to register, and not only registering, to check their statuses, submit, they are well taken care of through the Right to Learn program. Now, I want you to share your journey with us in varsity now. How did you land up at Forte? How did you land in Forte, and how was your life at Forte, basically? And what motivated you to study agriculture, even up to masters? Because now you are doing your masters in agriculture, but you are still a life coach. What landed you there?
Hmm. Hi. Um, my connection was unstable, but I'm back now.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Did you hear me?
Thank you.
Did you
I,
hear?
I heard what you said. I heard the conversation, but I didn't get the last part of the question. Will you please repeat that?
Okay, I was just requesting you to take us through your life adversity. Why did you choose agriculture? And because even now you
Okay.
are doing agriculture at master's level now, and you you are more interested now in sustainable agriculture. Why that? And how is your life adversity? Being the life coach that you are now, why are you still passionate about continuing with agriculture?
Agriculture. Yes. So my life adversity was amazing. Oh my gosh, it was the best time of my life. Yet, I mean, I'm still going to have amazing times in my life in the future. But being in varsity was amazing for me. So I went to the University of Fort Hare at Alice campus. Now, everybody who knows Alice knows that it's like a home, you know, it's like going home. Everybody becomes your family. One of the examples that I like to make about Alice, which is why I think I fitted in so perfectly, was is so in Alice, you get to the library and somebody who is in the same lecture with you, like who attends the same module with you, you've never seen them, you've never spoke to them, but they recognize that they're in class with you and they'll say, hey, did you get the scope for the test that you are writing tomorrow? And you're like, no, I didn't know there was a scope. And then they're like, yeah, here's a copy. And you're like, no, I don't have my student card, so I can't make a copy. And like, no, don't worry, I'll make a copy for you.
For you.
Yes, that's forte. You
Uh,
go to the kitchen, you leave your cart, and you quickly run back to your room. When you come back, it has been moved because it was burning. That's a forte, Alice.
mm,
And so I fitted in perfectly because everybody is just in each other's space, you know. Uh, and so the my first week at Forte during registration, I noticed that Forte does not accommodate, or did not during my time, which was from 2011 to 2015. It did not accommodate people with special needs. Um, there was a lot that I struggled with. There was basically just no courtesy for people with special needs. So that kind of awoke, and for the first time in my life, I needed attention as a special needs person and not just as a student who's coming to study, but I needed assistance with my things. I needed assistance with registration. And Alice is quite big, so you need to be here. You need to be at admin to pay your registration. You need to be at Sporty to start up your registration. You need to be at the Great Hall, to do this and that. So it was quite challenging, and so that awoke in me the need to be an advocate of some sort, like to not just be okay with things, because I grew up privileged. I really did. So for the first time in my life, there was something that, look, something needs to be done. Something needs to be done about this.
mm,
And so uh, and so I met during my, because I'm quite a talkative person. So I ended up talking to different people. Some of them told me about this organization, that organization, and I was just quite curious, you know. So I joined ANC Youth League. I joined ANC Youth League, and I thought, okay, so joining these are people who seem to be passionate about student needs and student services. And then because I'm quite talkative, I was invited to the debate society. Somebody was like, you would fit in perfectly at debate. And so I joined debate. And then I also joined Sunrise. And I found the Lord at Forte. So I joined SCO. I was just everywhere. But in all of the things that I did and in all the structures that I was part of, I got to learn about myself as well, you know, things that I wanted out of life. I started learning about the, you know, things that are unfair in this life, you know, and things that people go through. And so with all of the structures that I've just mentioned, these are structures that assist people. These are structures that open up our minds to a different way of thought, you know. And so when I joined Sunrise organization, I was invited to a high school in Gala to motivate high school learners, grade 11s and grade 12s. And at first I thought, what am I going to talk about? But then I was like, wait, there were things that I wish I'd been prepared for, you know, for life that I didn't get a So there were things that I wish I'd been prepared for. And so that's what I started talking to the learners about, you know, knowing what you want out of life. Because I honestly, when I grew up, I was quite smart. I was really, really good in sciences and in maths. And so I went to a degree in natural sciences. But it was only when I was in varsity that I realized that no, wait, I'm a social science person. I'm not a natural sciences person. And so that's one of the things I spoke to the learners about, that it's important to know yourself and not just do things that other people are doing or because you are assumed to be good in something. Because I honestly, I had never tried to do social sciences before. So there was no way of knowing whether I was good or not in social sciences, but I love social sciences and that's what I like. And so when I was in varsity, that's what I realized, that it's important to know what you love and what you like to do and what you are passionate about. Because let's be honest, varsity is not easy. Varsity is not easy at all. And so when you do something that you are passionate about, you are able to do it with every part of you. Even when it's difficult, you still strive for it, you know. So I chose a degree in agriculture, like I said, because I was good in natural sciences. And my dad was in agriculture, so he was like, this is something you should explore. And remember, this was during the time when I chose agriculture, like in 2010, when I was applying. I chose it because there was the whole redistribution of land back then, and there was a lot of land that was being given to young people. So I thought to myself, this would be an opportunity for me to learn skills, to acquire skills, so that when we get land, then I am able to work on this land and to create employment, to create this and that. But as you know, since 2013, between 2013 and 2015, things happened with our politics and land distribution is...
And a lot changed.
And a lot changed, you know, a lot changed. So, so basically that answers the question as to why I joined agriculture. First of all, I was good in natural sciences. And secondly, there was an opportunity for the growth of South Africa going that way. And so when I was in varsity, I realized that I'm a social sciences person. I'm not a natural sciences person. Yeah. But I thought to myself, let me just complete this degree. I'm one of those people who just believe in, let's complete it.
You start something, completed.
Thank you. Yes. And I thought to myself, maybe there'll be something that will come out of this anyway. You can always venture to things at the end of the day. And so I completed my degree. But during my time at Forte, while I was doing my junior degree, like I said, I started speaking to kids in high schools, and I started getting invitations even to other structures, chairs, and all of that, and I started speaking. And so when I was speaking, like when I was doing my motivational speaking, people would come to me after that and say, look, you spoke about time management. I'm really struggling with that. Will you please help me? And so that's when I learned about life coaching. I honestly didn't know what life coaching was, but then I learned, oh, okay, so you want me to work with you through your time management? And they said yes. So I learned that that's life coaching. And so I started doing both life coaching and motivational speaking while I was doing my junior degree. Upon completing my junior degree, I thought to myself, okay, I'm just going to focus on my speaking and my life coaching. But I got a job with an NGO, Green Development Foundation, and they are an agricultural NGO that works to empower youth, that works for women, So when I got that job, it was my first job, but by the grace of God, I got to head an horticultural department. So I came up with projects to assist young people and to assist women, and disadvantaged people altogether, both men and women. And so my passion for people within the food security sector grew, because then I started seeing how people were living, how much assistance they needed. And so I thought, okay, so agriculture can meet social sciences in the sense that you assist people using your acquired skills and knowledge. And my contract ended with the NGO, but I still continued doing research about disadvantages of food insecurities in rural areas and in townships. So that's something that stayed with me, because I've always been passionate about people. It's just that now my focus had been in agriculture because I'd worked with that and I had skills and knowledge about it. And so when coming to choose my to do a master's degree, honestly, I just did my master's degree because I thought it's good to grow, and master's degree helps you grow. Like, you learn a lot about something and you learn how to do research. Because I think from this conversation you've noticed that I actually like doing research about things. So I thought, okay, so I enjoy reading. I love reading. Reading is my number one hobby. And I like doing research, and I'd like to grow as an individual. And I would like to infiltrate other structures, for example, structures like the African Union and all of that. So I thought to myself, let me do a master's degree so that I can grow in knowledge, so that I can speak about things that I know about, not just blab and open my mouth just because I can. And so I registered for a master's degree. And when coming to choose a topic, I thought to myself, I was in the rural areas throughout last year and the beginning of this year. So I thought, Imani, there are women who want land, but they can't access land because there are customary laws and traditions that do not allow single women to own land, So I thought, this is something that I'd like to focus on. This is something that I'd like to know more about and see if there's nothing that I can do with my contacts and the organizations that I am linked with. If there's anything we can't do to assist this woman and to work on this issue, and to see if there isn't one or two people that we can assist. And so that's where I came up with my topic, which is the challenges that women face when seeking land for agricultural purposes. So I am mainly focusing on the customs and traditions that are a challenge to women. Okay, that was a mouthful.
Thank you so much.